Is the ATV actually useful? Are you truly missing out if you don't have a true friend dog? Was the update for Bunker Bravo actually good, or was it just for the hype? There are a couple of features in Last Day on Earth that are simply overrated. Everyone talks about these features day and night. They receive a lot of attention from the community, but in reality, they are just overblown. These features are not as important as everyone thinks. And in today's video, I'm going to explain why. The ATV is the third and final vehicle accessible in Last Day on Earth. It is one of the hardest challenges to take on in the game, and to be honest, I don't think it is worth all the work you have to put in. For a bit of context, the ATV at the start of the game was not accessible. It was possible to build it, but it required resources that were unobtainable. So for a long time, the ATV was the center of every discussion everywhere we go. People were asking, when is the ATV going to come out? Please Kefir, release the ATV. We want the ATV. It was one of the features that brought the most hype and excitement into the game. So when the ATV was finally released back in 2019 in Season 3, everyone was excited in the community. We were all hyped by the release of the ATV. Everyone wanted to have the chance of experiencing this new feature that we waited for so long. However, now that time has passed and the excitement is gone, most of us in the community, especially the ones who have unlocked the ATV, realized one thing. The ATV was a scam.
Oh no, no.
The reason the ATV was a scam is simple. The ATV was expensive as hell, not just in terms of resources, but also in terms of real life money. Basically, we all know that the ATV requires transmissions to be completed. However, ATV transmissions are very hard to obtain, especially in 2019 when the update first got released. Now we have the commune event and the transport hub where there is a chance of getting a transmission. But back then, it was impossible to get one as a free-to-play player. You had to pay some money in order to get your hands into an ATV transmission. When you think about it, it was a smart move from Kefir. They released one of the most anticipated features of Last Day on Earth, and then they made it so the only way to experience this feature is by spending money. This is the reason why these days you might hear people say that the ATV was pay to win. Okay, let's say that the ATV is free to play friendly, and that it is not that expensive. Well, even then, I would still say that the ATV is overrated, because as I mentioned in a previous video discussing the worthiness of the ATV, the resources and the rewards you can obtain from the swamp region are not worth it at all. The only good reason you might want to travel to the swamp region is to farm ash planks to upgrade your base. That's it. The other resources are simply useless. Sulfur, lead, corn, resources that you will never use. Peat is the other resource that is somewhat useful. Fuel briquettes are definitely a good fuel source, but overall, the swamp region doesn't offer anything of value. This is why, in my opinion, the ATV was all for the hype, and these days, it is simply overrated. But maybe things are going to change. We all know that the next major update is going to be the swamp region. So maybe Kefir has been cooking some great features for us, and maybe making the ATV finally useful. The true friend dog. The true friend dog. When you ask players about what they want in Last Day on Earth, they would say a true friend dog. But let me break it for you. The true friend dog is just overrated. If you don't have it, you are not missing out on a lot. There are three main uses for a true friend dog. The ability to deal damage, the ability to open special chests, and the ability to store resources using the dog saddle. For a long time, only the two first abilities were in the game. It was only recently that the dog saddle was introduced along with the Northern Region update. And to be honest, the dog saddle is the only reason why you might want to have a true friend dog. The extra storage can be extremely useful, especially in raids where you can take more items. However, before having the dog saddle, the true friend dog, in my opinion, was not really that useful. The damage done by the dog is very minimal, especially against tougher zombies in hard locations. On top of that, the dog gets tired very quickly, so there is no way to actually clear a full location. Then, for the ability to open special chests, well, there are not a lot of special chests to open in locations. The only locations that has special chests are Bunker Alpha in the 4th floor or Red Resource Zones, where you can sometimes find these special chests. So in reality, before the dog saddle, having a true friend dog didn't offer any real advantage. Yeah, the dog could deal 5 damage to zombies, or you could find some resources in the hidden chests. These things are very minimal and most players don't even care about them. So don't be sad if you don't have a true friend dog. It's not really that big of a deal. Next on the list is something also related to dogs. Dog breeds. We have to all agree to this. Dog breeds serve no purpose whatsoever. Just like the chopper and backpack skins, dog breeds are cosmetics. Skins for dogs to show off to other people. A shepherd, a husky, a corgi, a Saint Bernard, a Rottweiler, or a Doberman. All these dogs are the same. They don't offer any variety in the gameplay, especially when we know how hard it is to find these special breeds. There is no real way of obtaining these rare breeds like the Saint Bernard or the Doberman. You just have to buy them from the Genesis collection, and you will not have enough dogs to breed them. So at the end, you will end up with these breeds just taking space in the dog crate, and you want to release them because you think it is cool to have them. Talking about the true friend trait, like I said, it is super rare to get it. So good luck to you if you want to find a special breed with the true friend trait. Overall, I would hope that these dog breeds receive some actual uses in future updates, because for now, they just serve as cosmetics. Bunker Bravo is completely overrated and you can't change my mind. Yes, Bunker Bravo is overrated. The hype around it when it first came out was just overblown. Like we all know how exciting we were back in 2019 when Bunker Bravo was finally released. Imagine all the hype and excitement we had when all the wait was coming to an end. Bunker Bravo, the ATV, the swamp region, everything we asked for was released. So how can I say such a thing as Bunker Bravo is overrated? Well, it's because Bunker Bravo is simply not the most useful location. Like in Bunker Alpha, we get lots of resources, weapons, armor, and a ton of useful items. In the transport hub, it's the same thing. Police station, same thing. But in Bunker Bravo, it's just items for the ATV. Plus, you don't even get all the necessary items for the ATV for Bunker Bravo. You still need ATV transmissions. And as we established earlier, ATV right now is pretty much useless. So there's no real reason to clear Bunker Bravo other than to waste all your weapons you gathered from Bunker Alpha. Because that's really it. Bunker Bravo is just a dump of resources. You will use all your weapons, armor, healing items in Bunker Bravo, and all of that for a couple of items that you will probably never use. And lastly, the last feature that is completely overrated for me is the settlements. Yes, I know, many of you will get mad and you will start typing in the comments stuff like, "What? Settlements is good. You get a ton of resources for free." But before doing that, hear me out. I understand why so many people actually like having settlements in Last Day on Earth. It is great content, it's fresh, it's something new, but most importantly, you get a ton of free rewards every day by just launching the game. However, for me, even considering all of this, I believe that the settlements are overvalued. People give it too much value for what it actually is. Another cash grab for the developers. Think about it for a second. I really want to know your opinion on this. But don't you see how the settlements are a cash grab for the developers? This is how I see it. Back in the days, most of us have already completed everything there is in Last Day on Earth, except maybe for the ATV. But overall, we were all advanced players in the end game of Last Day on Earth. So, in an attempt to make the game a little bit more grindy, Kiefer introduced the settlements in order to artificially inflate the lifetime of Last Day on Earth and to make people come back to play for more. But in reality, settlements serve little to no purpose to the general gameplay of Last Day on Earth. Upgrading the settlements doesn't impact anything in other parts of the game. So for me, it's pretty clear that this aspect of the game is just another cash grab for the developers to make more money by selling more resource packs and mercenaries. What do you think? Do you agree or do you think I'm exaggerating? Share your opinion down below. Thanks for watching and bye bye.